Hi, good morning. It's Friday, March 16th. It's great to be with you. Well, I had occasion a couple nights ago to go with my son Brent to the big auto show here in town. Great fun. We do it every year. And kind of the joke around my family is about my desire to own a truck someday. And of course, I had to keep from drooling at the auto show as I would climb aboard and sit in various trucks and just dream a little bit about what it would be like to own one. But it got me to thinking as I was reading the lesson for today and the readings as far as what kinds of things do I adore in my life and how easy it is to idolize people or things and let them carry us away. And it got me to thinking about, on a larger scale, what is God really saying as we go through these readings and we hear regulations over and over about what to do, what not to do, and about who to trust, who not to trust, and about where we should turn and where we shouldn't turn. And all of it really comes back to God wanting to set some boundaries and to create an atmosphere where His people would worship and love Him and trust in Him and Him alone. In a sense, that's again what we look at today in our readings. And they're really just two things. Number one, he warns against idols in the initial chapter in our reading, and he talks about it in terms of prophets who might lead us astray. He talks about it in terms of friends, loved ones, relatives who would lead us astray, and he talks about people in our community, people around us who would also lead us astray, and we would begin to listen to them and idolize them. And the other thing that he talks about is really, I think I could just encapsulate it, encompass all of it by saying he tries to desire his people and create a place where his people are set apart. I'm reminded of 1 Peter chapter 2 verses 9 and 10 that says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness and into His wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are a people. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy." God is making it clear that we are to be unique, we are to be different. So when you see all of these rules regarding meat, clean and unclean, regarding tithing and what's expected, regarding how we treat others, slaves, workers, people who owe us, and how we participate in the feast days that God has for His people there, what he's really saying is, here are the ways that you are going to be set apart from other peoples, that when they see you, they will know that you worship me. And that's really what it comes down to. We can argue about the various rules, about which meats are clean and which are unclean, and there are all sorts of research even that's been done on this subject. In fact, they've done research on which meats are more toxic than others, and yeah, for the most part, the meats that are unclean are more toxic. Most theologians and scholars have done a lot of historical research in determining that many of the meats that were unclean were used in ritual sacrifices by pagan cultures, and so that would fit too. But all of that is really beside the point. The point is, God has set this up so that by observing these rules, people around the Israelites would see them as different, and that's what God wanted His people to be: different, set apart, a people who were geared and who worshipped Him and weren't so enthralled and tied into the things of this world, which is, as I said at the auto show, very easy to do when you see those wonderful trucks and cars, and even when we look around us. I also think of March Madness with the big NCAA basketball tournament going on now. Another example how people get so thoroughly engrossed in what's going on with that sometimes they lose sight of things that are very important. And I think that's important for us to remember today. So I guess the lesson in all of this today, and for me anyway, is not to get hung up on the rules that God places in our lives or the demands He places on us, but rather to celebrate them, because by doing so and doing it with great joy, what we are saying is, I belong to the Lord. He is my God, and I will trust and follow Him. And I think by doing so, we not only are blessed, but then others around us will see something different in us. And I think that, that's what God desires from us in this very special and wonderful relationship that He has with us. So today, I'm going to pray that God would work through me and set me apart in one or more situations where there's an opportunity to share the good news with others and to be His child out in the world, so that through me people would see Him. And I'm not going to grumble about all the requirements or how difficult it may seem to follow God. I'm going to celebrate that He has made a place for me. And that's good news for today and every day. So I hope you have a great day. And by the way, if you see any good deals on trucks, let me know. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.